as well as some of the Caribbean foods. So it would be things like fried chicken, mashed potatoes, gravy, collard greens, black-eyed peas.
Well, a lot of the southern food, actually.
Right. So in English, soul food is a specific type of food, and the Korean expression soul푸드 is probably better translated as comfort
food. Okay.
위안을 주는 음식.
Yes, that's right. And of course, you know, that's you can understand why Korean people would say soul food.
Oh yeah, I totally understand it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. 겨울철 위안을 주는 음식들 왜 그렇게 많이 만드는 거야? Right? Why are you making so much? We'll find out in just a bit what they're making. Here are the expressions that we're going to cover. If you are in the mood for something,
you want to do something or you want to eat something.
Okay. Go well with something.
So it matches. It is a good complement for something.
All right. And whip up, WHIP, and then up.
This means to make something quickly, often with food.
Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and listen to our power dialogue.
Lyle, what smells so good?
I'm making 2 pans of lasagna. One is beef, and the other is spinach.
Oh, wow. I love lasagna. But why are you making so much?
It's my favorite winter comfort food, so I like to have some in the freezer for when I'm in the mood for it.
You know what goes well with lasagna? Garlic bread and a salad with oil and vinegar dressing.
Well, if you want to whip up a salad, I'll make the garlic bread and we can eat.
Okay, Gwen says, Lyle, what smells so good?
Lyle says, I'm making 2 pans of lasagna. One is beef and the other is spinach.
Lasagna. I think one of my favorite foods is lasagna.
It's so good.
I just don't eat enough of it because it's hard to find.
It takes like a day to make. It is such a complicated process.
It's very labor intensive, which means it requires a lot of labor. I can make a good lasagna, but it's going to take a lot of time and money too.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Our power pattern is one is A and the other is B. Wow, that sounds pretty simple.
Yes. One is and the other is So we've already said from the beginning he's making 2 types of lasagna. So instead of saying one of them is and the other one of them is, so you can say it a little shorter and just say one is the other is
Yeah, great pattern. Yeah. Very useful.
Yeah, it's easy to understand, but it is very useful.
Okay. And Gwen says, oh, wow, I love lasagna, but why are you making so much? And Lyle says, it's my favorite winter comfort food, so I like to have some in the freezer for when I'm in the mood for it. Okay. Yeah. Who doesn't love lasagna? If you've not had lasagna, it's Italian food, and there are just layers of lasagna pasta, and in between there's like cheese and then a meat sauce.
Yeah, it's like if you took pasta, like a tomato sauce pasta, and you made it into a pie.
It's like a big pie.
It's a big pie of pasta.
Yeah, like a big square pie of pasta.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Oh, yes. Okay, so we talked about the word comfort food.
Yes.
Now, what is this if you are in the mood for something?
If you're in the mood for something means you want to eat something or you want to do something.
I find that something like lasagna is great for the freezer.
They do freeze well.
They freeze well. The taste doesn't change much. And it's perfect because when you don't feel like cooking or you want it, you can just grab it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it is so difficult to make. It's hard, to be honest, I often don't hear of people eating fresh lasagna. It's usually frozen and then they reheat it up, right? Because it is something you have to spend so much time making that you just make a lot of it.
A lot of it.
And then put it in your freezer.
It's like making kimchi.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You don't make kimchi every single time that you want to eat kimchi.
It's a little exaggerated,
Right.
but it is that concept. Once you do it, you want to do a lot of it.
Can you imagine if you're like, I'm in the mood for kimchi tonight. Let's make it.
I know.
That would be a little too late.
Okay. Gwen, what does she say?
You know what goes well with lasagna? Garlic bread and a salad with oil and vinegar dressing.
Ooh. Okay, so when we're talking about food, this goes well with that. What does that mean?
This means that there is a harmony between two of the things. They match well. They're not the same, but they go together well.
It's kind of like in Korea how pork goes so well with kimchi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, those food items that when you eat them together, they're so much better.
Yeah.
It's like pizza and garlic sauce.
My son loves that. Yeah. He loves his sauce with the pizza. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, so this goes well. This is like your pairing, right? So if you're at a nice place, there might be a wine pairing.
Yes.
And they'll say, this wine goes well with this main dish.
Yes, that's right. That's right. And Lyle says, well, if you want to whip up a salad, I'll make the garlic bread and we can eat. So whipping up certain types of food is, how do you make that?
You make it quickly. So when you're talking about food specifically, you're not going to be talking about something complicated like the lasagna. You'll be talking about something usually much simpler like this salad. I mean, salads aren't generally difficult to make. You know, wash the lettuce, cut the lettuce, add the tomatoes, put the dressing on.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's different from like, you don't whip up beef stew.
Yeah, generally not. Beef stew is like a...
갈비찜, you know? You can't, you just can't.
곰탕. Just like boiling the bones for like days.
Right. It's so true.
You can only say whip up if you've already have the broth, already have the soup part already made, and you're just like adding the noodles to it.
That's right. That's right. So the idea of like, what are some things that we can whip up when it comes to Korean food? I would say something like tteokbokki takes pretty. I can whip up.
Like some 볶음밥.
볶음밥 you can whip up.
Some fried rice, definitely.
Yeah. Ramyeon for sure.
Yeah, whip up some ramyeon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So everyone, you get the idea? All right, let's go ahead and listen to that dialogue one more time.
Lyle, what smells so good?
I'm making 2 pans of lasagna. One is beef and the other is spinach.
Oh, wow. I love lasagna. But why are you making so much?
It's my favorite winter comfort food, so I like to have some in the freezer for when I'm in the mood for it.
You know what goes well with lasagna? Garlic bread and a salad with oil and vinegar dressing.
Well, if you want to whip up a salad, I'll make the garlic bread and we can eat.
It's time for Power Note. We're on pages 10 and 11. If you are in the mood for something, you want to do something, or you want to eat something. Since we always do what you want, I think we should decide tonight. I think I should decide tonight.
That's fine. What are you in the mood for tonight?
Yeah. This is just another way of saying, what do you feel like eating tonight?
Yeah. Well, and it doesn't even have to be eating. This might be a conversation about what TV show you want to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Or a movie.
Right.
What are you in the mood for tonight? I'm in the mood for a comedy. I'm in the mood for
action.
Horror film.
Oof. Okay. Are you in the mood for pizza?
Always.
I knew it. This question was for you.
It's like asking, are you in the mood for a sandwich?
Uh-huh.
There are so many different ways to eat a sandwich.
Uh-huh.
There's so many types. Like, how could you get tired of it?
You know, it's so funny that sometimes when I talk to my son, I'm sometimes reminded of you, Cameron. You guys actually have some similarities. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're like Cameron.
Oh, no.
Because my son is a huge fan of pizza. Not pasta so much, but pizza.
It's true. It's like the same ingredients. Like it's tomatoes and
it is
and wheat and
in different forms.
It's just a different form.
Yeah,
but,
right. Okay. So back to what you were saying, like you're in the mood for a certain type of movie. Watching a movie. What else could you be in the mood for? Eating out or eating in?
Yeah, you could be in the mood for that. Or you could, as long as it's a noun, you could kind of put anything in there. I'm in the mood for a movie, like we've talked about.
Right.
I'm in the mood for a good hike.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go on a hike.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm in the mood for a real nice hot cup of chocolate. I don't know, cocoa.
Oh, I was going to say a hot bath. I'm in the mood for a bath.
Oh, hot bath.
I'm in the mood for a nap.
Okay.
That would be great.
All right. So really, it's very versatile, very flexible in
Yes.
your usage.
But when you have the for, it has to be a noun.
Yes.
So if you have to instead, I'm in the mood to, you could have a verb. I'm in the
Okay.
mood to eat. I'm in the mood to sleep. I'm in
Yeah.
the mood to go on vacation next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof, always.
Always.
Okay. Go well with something means that two things, right, complement each other. They suit each other.
Yes.
Which tie should I wear?
I think the blue tie goes well with that shirt.
Okay.
So we can talk about clothing matching, going
All
well
right.
together.
Hot sauce goes well with scrambled eggs.
Definitely.
Yeah. Some people who love hot sauce, I feel like they say, oh, it goes well with everything. They just love their hot sauce.
Yeah, just
they put it on everything.
Put it on ice cream. Just like, hot sauce and ice cream. Yummy. It's true. This goes well with, it can be used for food. It can be used for clothes.
Okay.
I'd say those are the most common usages of goes
Right.
well with.
Two people?
Two people go well with each other. Possible.
I think you would probably want to say they're suited for each other. They're a good match,
Yeah.
a good fit. But I wouldn't say go well with.
Yeah, I agree. This phrase, well, some people might say that. It might be said in a funny way, as if you're thinking of those people as food. I don't know, you know. You know how we
Yes.
talk about, apples and oranges when
Right.
we're not actually talking about apples and oranges being separate different things. Yeah, I would say this is mostly food and clothes.
Okay. Yeah, or you could say something like, oh, yeah, this furniture goes really well with this room. Or,
Yeah.
I don't know,
With
this
this
color.
carpet.
This carpet. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, if you whip up something, it means to...
It means to prepare something really quickly, often food, but not always food.
Okay. Is there anything to eat? I'm starving.
I could whip up some spaghetti and green beans.
Wow.
Yeah, spaghetti's pretty easy to make.
True. If you have, if you're using the sauce.
Yeah, unless you're making the
Store-bought
sauce.
Yeah.
Although I watched this old Italian chef in this countryside thing.
Yeah.
He made spaghetti from scratch in 15 minutes, 12 minutes was it?
Wow.
He boiled the noodles in the tomato sauce with basil and a little bit of garlic and sauce.
I have seen
Salt.
that.
Yeah.
I have seen that. It's quite amazing. I'm like, oh, why didn't I think of that?
You just throw it in there and
Yeah, it cooks. Then it's like a one-pot meal.
yeah,
Yeah,
just whip it up.
I know.
And it's Italian approved. You know, Italians are very protective of their food culture.
You cannot do this.
But when you've got a video of an Italian doing it,
Yes.
it's fair game.
All right. We whipped up a welcome home sign before my brother arrived.
That's a very quick sign.
Yeah.
You didn't get a professional graphic designer to make this welcome home sign.
Yes.
You just got some paint and paper probably.
Okay, so it's not just whipping up food, but it could be some activity that you do really quickly.
Yeah, at the office you could whip up a report, you could whip up a presentation.
Right.
Oh, the boss said we need a meeting in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Can you whip up a presentation?
Oh, yeah. That's right. So you can use it to say that you're doing something last minute.
Yes.
You don't have much time. Is there anything that you can whip up real quick in the kitchen?
And me specifically?
Yeah.
Scrambled eggs. Just eggs. Yeah, that's about
Eggs
it.
are always good. Eggs are
I don't know.
always-
I would say pasta. So usually an oil pasta.
Ah,
You just have some garlic
yeah.
and
Oil.
olive oil.
Sure.
And maybe some red peppers.
Sure.
Just
That's
sizzle
always
that
good.
for a little bit.
Oof. Very nice.
Mix it with some rigatoni is my favorite.
Rigatoni.
pasta.
Oh,
The big round ones.
Love myself a rigatoni.
I love to whip that up whenever I don't have a lot of time.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of like pasta and pizza and all this food, I'm getting super hungry.
I know.
Okay. Should we have pasta for breakfast?
I do it so often. Why not?
Yeah. Our power pattern today is one is A and the other is B. It's just a nice literal pattern that you can use. One is off-white and the other is cream-colored. So they're talking about colors.
I don't know. Off-white and cream-colored seem like the same color to me.
I know.
One is chocolate and the other is strawberry.
Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, our power vocab is comfort food.
Do you have a comfort food?
I would say lasagna definitely is a comfort food for me.
But that's so hard to come by.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, do you have a more accessible comfort food?
Macaroni and cheese. Mac and cheese.
For me, it's mashed potatoes.
Oh, that's another one. Oh, my goodness, with lots of butter.
Yeah.
Oh, all of our power listeners are like, Cameron, Kristen, you're making me hungry.
All right, let's get some mac and cheese, some mashed potatoes, and some pasta.
As a lasagna. All right, so do check out the definition on page 12. And what else should our listeners do?
Please go to Audio Hakdang, and for a small monthly fee, you can review this episode again.
Okay, very good. Have a wonderful day. And please make sure to join us at 6 p.m. tonight for our live show of Evening Special. Take care. See you later. Bye-bye.